And we are finally up to lesson 9 out of my 12-part free mini course all about using Canva for beginners. I hope you've been loving it so far. If you haven't seen the other videos, make sure you jump back and give those a watch because it's going to give you such a wealth of knowledge around how to use Canva as a beginner. Because learning these skills, this isn't just about, oh, I'm learning how to use Canva. These are actual business skills that you can use both now and for the life of your business, and it's going to pay you back tenfold. So I guess cheer yourself on for learning these things because this isn't just for fun. This is a really strategic business move for you. So let's head into learning how to export and download your designs. Let's dive in. So hello, if we haven't met yet, my name is Jackie. I'm hoping you know me by now, but if you don't, I'm a graphic designer who loves teaching business owners all about how to use Canva, design, and branding strategically to grow their business. And so in this part 9, we've done all of our designs in our past. We've created lots of different sorts of graphics. Now I want to show you how to get them out of Canva and into whatever use you're going to need. So we're going to go over saving all different sorts of files, how to export them, and little kind of fiddly things you need to know to make sure you're saving files properly, not ruining your designs when you save them, and also not just wasting hours trying to work out which one is right and then getting really frustrated in the process. So let's dive in. So I've just pulled out one of my own Instagram posts here, and say I wanted to post this to Instagram. The place you're going to want to head all of the time to export any design is this share button, this top right-hand share button. Always be hitting that because it's got every single kind of way that you might want to export this design at your fingertips. And so you can see here we've got a few options at the top. I'll step through these first and then I'll step you through the downloading part of them too. So this one here is if you want to invite people via their email to join your design. Honestly, I rarely ever use this one because this area here does just that without having to find people's email addresses. So if you want to share this link with someone, don't just hit copy link. You actually want to click on this drop down menu here and change it from only you can access. So this is a link that you would save if you wanted to access it, which if you wanted to access it, you would just open up your Canva. So I'm not really sure why that's there. But if I click this drop down, I can then press anyone with the link, and now anyone with the link can have this design. And so there's a little drop down that appears additionally with this one where I can choose they can edit the design, can comment on the design, or can view the design. I often use can edit because this is where me and my students, they often are sharing their can edit designs with me, and I'm editing it for them and helping them with their designs. So that's a really one that I use a lot. So you would then copy that link, and then that link, when anyone opens it, will be able to access and edit this design. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're sharing with people that you trust, but if something horrible was to happen, I want to just draw your attention to file and then version history. And you can have a version history. Now, this is only a pro feature. So if you do an upgrade to pro, this might be a good reason to do so. But in essence, just sharing this link with, and most people aren't going to edit or delete your designs. So you really should be safe. Next up is how we can start to download it. So you can see this download button. This is the hero. This is the one you're going to use 99% of the time. I'll go through a couple more of these at the end of the video, but for now, I'm going to look at download because download helps us to download it as an actual file that we can get out of Canva and use for whatever we need. So when you hit download, you'll see a few things pop up here. First up is your file type. So this is the sort of file you will download. If I hit this drop down or just click anywhere within this box, it will expand and show me a ton of different sorts of files I might choose to then download. If you're doing a social media post, PNG is the best. It's a beautiful, clean, crisp, high quality static image. JPEG is second best. If you ever want a file to be slightly smaller, like for example, sometimes when I'm saving my YouTube thumbnails, PNG is slightly too big. JPEG usually is just right, and that can make it a little bit smaller. You then have options like PDF standard, PDF print, I'll go into these later soon, SVG, MP4, GIF, and PowerPoint. Now, if I click out of that and just leave PNG selected, we're going to see a few more options here. Now, all of these are pro options. So if you do ever choose to upgrade to pro, and I will be doing a full rundown of the pros and cons of Canva Pro in lesson 11, so make sure you watch that one if you are unsure of whether you really need to care about Canva Pro or not. But you can see here that I do have some options that are only Canva Pro options. So if I do want to make this image larger for some reason, if I want to make the file size smaller, if I want to use a transparent background, this is a really important one that can be helpful. Not needed for a social media post, but often needed for other uses. And those options are there for you, but only pro features. Then we have our save download settings. If you're going to be downloading a lot of the same sort of thing over and over again, make sure you just check this little box because that will mean that any settings you've made in here will appear next time you go to press share download. So once I'm happy with my settings, I would then go ahead and press download. Now you can see here, because this is an image I've used from my pro account, I actually have 3 premium images on here. So if when you watch the element lesson, remember how we saw that little crown on some elements? If you use any elements with a crown, you won't be able to download that graphic until you pay for it. You can choose, if I press these 3 dots, to download a pro content license. I would have to then pay $1 per pro image that I used. I could go in and change those images out, or I could choose to upgrade to pro, or even download free with a watermark, just so I can see how the design looks if I'm not ready to pay yet. I'm just going to do that for now, so we can hit that download, and then it's going to download to my computer. Make sure you wait until that happens. It will then bring up a box saying, where do you want to save this to on your computer? You would then navigate to where you needed that saved and press save. That's now literally a file on my computer that I can use and do whatever I want with. When I want to post this to my social media, I usually just send this to my phone. This might be via an email or by Dropbox, or as a Mac user, I have AirDrop from my Mac to my iPhone. As an alternate, you could choose to open up this design on Canva on your mobile and download it that way directly to your phone. It all works the same way. You hit share, download, and choose your file type. Now for social media posts, I can also press share, and there are some options to go direct to Instagram or to schedule it. You can see the scheduling option is a pro feature, but to post directly to Instagram, you can choose to log into Instagram via this and open the Instagram app via Canva. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not used this. I personally like having full control of posting it, because then I get all the settings like scheduling, choosing my audio, and making sure everything's cropping perfectly. But you are very welcome to give this a go if you're finding it challenging bringing your image to your phone. Now let's open up a different sort of design. Let's open up the flyer design we did recently. And I would obviously want to download this differently. So if I hit share and then go to download again, I'm going to hit on this drop down, and instead of choosing PNG, I would instead choose something like PDF, print, or standard. Standard is best if you are downloading a smaller file, like you wanted to just email this document. I personally use this for online freebies and lead magnets, or if I was wanting to print this out, I would probably use the PDF print option. I'm not going to go into every single one of these settings right now. I go into a full deep dive in my DIY Design My Biz course if you are ever interested. But in essence, you will see a lot of options here. You can choose to use crop marks. I won't explain what that is, but you'll know if you have learned anything to do with design. You can flatten the PDF, include notes, and do all sorts of things. Just check about what these options are, and you can always click on the little icon to display more information. You can also choose the color profile. CMYK option is only available for Pro. Again, if you don't know what these are, I can go into more of these details inside my programs, but it pretty much depends on if it's going to be visible on screen, where you normally use RGB, or if you were printing it, you would normally use CMYK. CMYK will often mean the colors are a little bit dulled though, so you can also just try exporting as RGB, even if it is for print, and most printers are able to do the color adjustment just fine. Again, you would just hit download when you've chosen all of your settings, and you can choose to then download and save that to your computer, just in the same way we did the other design. Now, some nuances to note here. If I add a few more pages to this, I'm just going to be blank. Maybe I change them to some different colors to make it a little bit more interesting so we can see what we're doing. But if I was to hit share now and then press download, you can see I've now got a pages option. This allows me to select multiple pages within the design. This might be useful in any way that you're saving designs. I could have, in my social media post design, when I was saving that, chosen one page out of a whole month worth of social media content. So a bonus tip for you is when I'm designing my social media posts, I don't just do one post per Canva design. I'm usually adding pages to one Canva design and then exporting the design that I need. And so the way that I do that is by selecting my pages and choosing the design that I need. And so you can see if I uncheck select all, it's going to unselect all of my options, and I can either choose to reselect all, or I might choose the current page. So if I knew that the page I was editing and that I'm currently open on is the page I want to download, I can just select current page, or I can go down here and just select and tick whichever ones I want. So say if I wanted these two, I could then press done, and it's now going to download a multi-page PDF. Now, just a note, if you were doing an Instagram post and you were saving multiple different pages, if I was to press download, then it's going to save this to your computer as a zip file. So I'm just going to download this. If you don't know how to open zip files, just Google that for your particular computer type. But for me in a Mac, it's quite easy if I just save this to my downloads. You can see I have my zip folder that's just got downloaded. So if I double click on this as a Mac user, it goes and unzips it. And if I then double click on this folder, it then opens up the two designs I've just saved. If you are on a PC, just Google how to do that on PC and unzip a folder, and you'll have your designs in no time. So now let's go over to a presentation slide. So again, if I wanted to download this maybe as a PDF to send to people that I did a whole presentation for, you can see I've got a lot of pages down here. I would choose to download it as that PDF, or I might choose to download it as a Microsoft PowerPoint document if I wanted to download that as PowerPoint. You'll notice here too that the order of the file types is different than what it was when I was showing you the Instagram post size. And that's because Canva pretty much orders them in the order that it thinks you're going to need it. And so I might choose a PDF or I might choose PowerPoint. Just make sure that when you do a PowerPoint, you're double checking that all of the fonts you've used in your design are accessible on whatever computer you're opening up the PowerPoint in. If you find something goes a bit wrong, change your fonts on your design to something more simple and it will likely be a little bit less glitchy there. Now, some other options I want to show you in our saving is the moving files. So if you create, say this was an Instagram post, let's make this a little prettier. Actually, no, I could even, you know what I'm going to do? Let's add in a video to the background. So I'm going to go down to videos and type in here field. And I might choose to grab this lovely little flower field and drag that into the background of my design. And then maybe I choose to fade that down a little bit. Maybe make a little bit of a blue in the background. Okay, dark blue so our design can get seen. I'll lighten the text here. Beautiful. And so if I was to press play here, we've now got a little beautiful moving design. I might even choose to animate this. I know I haven't shown you a ton about this, so there's so much I could teach you about Canva. So now we've got this moving design, right? How do I export that to Instagram, for example? I would go to share, download, and I would choose MP4 video. And can you see that because it's moving, Canva has realized, hey, this is my suggested sort for you. That's what I recommend for moving. And it'd be exactly right. This is the kind of file type you would do if you wanted to download it and upload it to Instagram. So I would then choose my MP4 video and I would choose to unselect all and just choose my page here and press done. And that would then download to my computer as an MP4 video. Now it's worth noting if you have multiple pages in your design, like say I had 2 of these, and maybe I had one of them that was a different color in the background. If I was to press download here, and maybe I wanted both of these videos, I wanted to download both of these videos, I would do unselect all, then I would tick both of these and press done. But when I download both of these, it's actually going to make it into one video. So if you wanted this as 2 separate videos and 2 separate posts, for example, you would have to download them separately, unless you had Canva Pro where there's a feature on here where you can do a little checkbox that says download as separate files. So just keep an eye out for that, that if you're downloading multiple designs and multiple pages, note that they will become one long video unless you choose to separate them later. All right, so let's go to my downloads and I'll just show you this little video we just downloaded, just like so. You saw how quickly I was able to make that and then download it, which is pretty fun. Now, just a note, you do also have another moving element option, which is GIF. GIF has really short, kind of repetitive kind of videos. They are very low quality, so these are best used for web images, email banners, and just wherever else you would normally use a GIF. So that's optional for you to save there. You can't save with a transparent background though, unless you have Canva Pro. And then you also have an SVG file type. If you're in my course, you'll know that I recommend saving your logo as an SVG file type. That way you can change the colors of the logo directly inside Canva, and it's a really crisp, what we call a vector file. If you don't have Canva Pro in my course, I teach you a great workaround, but it is helpful to know that option is there. And again, that has a transparent background you can save it with too. So transparent background just means it doesn't have a white box in the background and it's totally see-through. So you can overlay it onto any sort of design that you want. And so I mentioned I'd show you a few other options inside here just so that you knew that they were there. There's also an option to print with Canva. I have personally printed with Canva and been mostly happy with my results. So if you want to print with Canva, it's honestly such an easy way to do it, because when you use an external printing company, you need to make sure you find the sizes of the designs you need and then export that design properly. When you're inside Canva, you can just press print. You don't even have to bother exporting it, which is really wonderful. You can also choose to share a public view link. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So I would click on that, press create public view link, copy, and then if I paste that link into my thing, you can kind of see you can view the design, but you can't edit it. And so that's really great if you want to share the design with someone. On that, there is also an option to present your Canva design. So say I was in my presentation slides here and I wanted to do a presentation, but I didn't want to download that as a PowerPoint presentation. I can just press this present button. Now you'll see a little drop down here. I've got some options if I want to do presenter view, where it shows 2 screens where I can control things. I've got present and record if I wanted to do a little recording of my head in the corner, kind of like what you see in my video now, and whether I want to do autoplay, or I just usually do present full screen, press present, and it brings it up full screen, and then I can click through it like I normally would on a presentation, which is really, really useful. Some other options for you within the share menu, and sometimes they'll appear differently depending on what sort of design you have open, but you can see you've got present, public view link, print. There's also option to upload it to Meta Ads. Again, I haven't used this much because I like having full control myself. You also have the template link option. If you have Canva Pro, you're able to share a link to a template, which means someone can open the design, but they can't actually edit your design. They're kind of making an immediate duplicate, which means that you can share templates if you want to do like that as a side hustle for your business. You can then also press this see all button and you'll see a whole heap more. You can publish as a website, you can copy to your clipboard, you can move it to a folder, you can download part of a design, etc., etc. So there'll be a ton of options here, and you can even search for more if what you see and what you want isn't available straight away. And I wanted to just spend a second showing you what's possible inside Canva, because I don't think we realize how much of a business tool this program is. Kiri was one of my students. She is a naturopath, and before she started working with me, she felt like her designs were mediocre and sometimes unreadable despite her spending hours on them. But after she worked with me inside my course, DIY Design My Biz, she now has clarity on what her brand stands for and how to communicate that to her ideal clients. And that's what design is. It's not just about looking pretty. She's now got designs that attract her ideal clients. And she's now learned how to create social media templates that are consistent and readable and have brought in new clients to her business just from her beautiful and strategic designs. And she's sharing here how much she loves the support she gets inside my courses and how getting support from a real designer helps her to not get stuck and just go around in circles over and over again. And so before we move into our next lesson, where I'm going to show you some Canva features that aren't like essential, but are ones that you're going to want to know about. Fancy apps you didn't know that you could possibly do in Canva, how to do some incredible mock-ups, some video features, AI tools, and all of the things. So make sure you stick around for that. And in the meantime, if you are wanting some more support, maybe you're thinking, okay, Jackie, you've shown me how to use Canva, but now I want to know how to actually make designs work. Because there's one thing to know how to use a program. It's another thing to make designs actually work, because learning Canva doesn't mean you're going to be a great designer. And so there's something missing. So I want to give you a free masterclass where I'm going to teach you some design mistakes you're probably making that are costing you clients, as well as some really incredible Canva shortcuts. Plus, you're going to get to see me design in real time. And I'm going to give you some really great Canva templates you can start using for your business today. So make sure you jump across to that masterclass. The link is in the description and on the screen right now. And I would absolutely love to see you there. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video.